Hello everyone, welcome back to Move with Ben. Today's video I'm going to do a little talk on my training plans and my little tips to build up to a longer distance run. It may be that you're training for a 5k, a 10k, half marathon or a marathon, and you're kind of going into January a bit lethargic, de-energized, you know, you've eaten a lot, drunk a lot, you're feeling like you need to pick your energy up, etc. So this is my kind of thing. I've done April marathon a couple of times, and yeah, going in, you might be heavy. So first of all, goals. So you might have set the goal, or you might not have. You might be watching this video because you're thinking about doing one. If you are, I definitely recommend doing or setting the goal to do one. If you haven't already booked one, book one up. If you can run, book a 5k, a 10k, a half marathon, whatever you fancy. And within that goal, you kind of have to overcome self-doubt a little bit if you're building up to a longer distance. It may feel like it's not achievable at this moment, especially after Christmas. But, you know, if you can run, and you can run without any pains, you know, you're feeling quite good when you're doing a few K or whatever, or 10 minutes, you can run a little bit further, and then you can do a little bit further, and then you can do a little bit further. You know, it's all about building it up a little bit, okay? So I'm gonna probably step in with a 10k. I'm conditioned to running 10 kilometers right now. So I know if I go and I did one on last week, I did an 8.5k. So I'll probably on Sunday come in, that'll be like the 7th of January, I'll go and do a 10k. And that is a foundation. So whether that's a 3k, a 4k, a 5k or a 6k, that can be your benchmark moving forward. So the following week I might do an 11k, then a 12k. And that is the most important part of long distance running, is building that distance gradually. So you might have seen it, if you're doing a marathon, for example, you might see there's 12-week training plans where you start at maybe 6-7 miles and you build it up a mile a week. So yeah, that's one thing, building gradually. Set a benchmark and work with that. So 10k for me, building gradually. Within the goal, I'm kind of breaking the goal up into like little segments. So within the goal, accountability is another thing that I think is really important. If you've booked a goal and you've not told anyone about it, and you're a bit like kind of hesitant, maybe you are because you're not sure or you haven't run for a while, but once you've got your first run out of the way, I would tell people about it. Like, go and talk about it to your colleagues at work. Say, look, I've got this goal, I'm really excited. Get some energy off them. Post about it on social media. Share your progress and stuff. Social media can be brilliant for your accountability. I put a post on last night and set out my goals for the year. I've got the marathon in April, I've got a yoga course in March that I want to qualify, and in September, long term, I've got a half Ironman, which will be the first one for me. So yeah, keep yourself accountable, tell people, and that way you're going to be less likely to miss sessions, and you're going to feel good, and people will say, oh, did you do your run last night? And you're like, oh yeah, got it done, or oh no, I didn't do it. You don't want to let people down. So yeah, accountability is a good thing within your goals. So yeah, and then that was the first point I kind of had, and then the second one, so the goals is post-Christmas or before Christmas. You book these events for this year. The second one is, of course, nutrition. Cut the crap out from Christmas, rehydrate, use water as your main source of hydration, get your greens in, eat good food that's going to energize your body, and yeah, so just any sugary drinks, anything like that, get rid of them. You want to be basically on a constant level. You don't want your blood sugar levels spiking. You want to be constant throughout the day. That way you're going to be going into sessions more energized, fueled from good nutrition. For example, last week I went out for the 8.5k, and I thought I'd eaten a lot the day before, and I was kind of going in quite heavy, and I hope they're not the cats. I'm looking after my sister's cats. Anyway, that's people, not cats. Anyway, I was going in, and fueled by Quality Street. My run weren't the best. I didn't feel that good energy. So it's important to fuel your body well if you are running. So if you're doing a morning run, if you're going for a 5-6K or hill sprints or whatever, you can have something light in the morning, maybe a banana or a snack or an apple or some nuts or something like that. The night before, maybe a good meal. So that'll give you a good energy source in the morning. When you start to build the miles up a little bit more, you do want to take note of your nutrition a bit more and do what works for you. When I get past 10-11 miles, I tend to have like a small bowl of porridge in the morning before running. But before that, I have a larger meal the night before and maybe a little snack in the morning. So all of this stuff is all about doing what works for you. So that's kind of nutrition a little bit. It's an important one for running. And I'm kind of like muddled it up a little bit here, but I think it's important with marathon training or half marathon, whatever training, to have a really good balance. You know, you don't want to just be running and pounding the streets. You want to have a program that has variety. So you're doing, the key is one long run a week. Around that, you can mix it up. When I trained for the Bournemouth one in October, I had one long run a week. I did one hill session a week. I'll come back to the hills. And then I teach 4 cycle spinning classes a week. And I found that doing those, the cross training of spinning or cross trainer, I think cycling is really good to strengthen your legs. Built my legs a lot, and I actually got a PB in October, and it was probably the least running I did training wise, and it was the best I felt. So don't beat yourself up if you're doing other sessions, if you're not running 5 times a week. Like, you know, if you're doing, that's what I did, you know, add yoga to help you recover, to stretch, to you know, and mobility sessions as well. It's important for runners to be mobile, to have good ankle mobility, and posture as well when you like day-to-day posture. So yeah, training wise, I would say I'd recommend cycling, I'd recommend hill work, I'd recommend speed work as well. You don't necessarily have to run. You can do like spinning. You can do like strengthening. I'd recommend as well. So weighted work, swimming. I would definitely recommend. So all of this stuff is going to make your running more efficient. So for example, the hills that I love, they're one of my favorite sessions of the week. I was on them this morning. That'll help to make your running more efficient. You have to focus on your technique if you are doing a hill. So this morning I think it was 170 meters I've built up. So if you've not done hills before, maybe start with 30 meters and just kind of run up to top, walk down. When you get to top, fill your lungs up, get your recovery in, walk down as you recover, and then go again. Maybe repeat 10 times or so. I did 10 from the bottom to top today and 10 half. But when you're running up, try and keep your good posture. Use your arms, hips to head, stay strong. So kind of try not to swing and waste any energy. And you want a high knee drive as well. So you don't want your feet kind of scruffing against the floor. All this stuff will help on a flat. You know, everything will become a little bit more efficient. You'll strengthen your core without necessarily doing core work. That's the idea of hills, of speed work. You want to make your runs more efficient. And also when you come to a hill on your race, you'll be more accustomed to running them. So incorporate hills in your training. They do take it out of you. I actually did some yesterday in Brighton as well, and I woke up today, and quite often if I've done a hill the day before, done hill sprints, I'll be a bit tired, my legs will be tight. But this morning I was actually all right, and I think that was because I did a good foam roll last night. I spent a good time doing it, and I use one of these actually. I'm holding it, the massage stick. So you can use this. I'll do another video on this another time, but it's basically like a little bit like a release, and it can help to aid recovery, just to kind of iron out any tightness you might have. And I found that this morning I was a little bit fresher from using it. So yeah, add strength work and hill work into your routine. This will also help, particularly strength. your squats, your lunges, and full body really. You want good posture in your upper body, you want good strength there as well. But particularly things like your squats and lunges and isolating either leg, that will help to strengthen and reduce the risk of injury. So you're keeping your joints nice and strong, which is really important. The last thing you want to do is just pound in the streets and keep doing that. You want to, even if it's body weight strength, you know, your squats, lunges, things like that, core work, body weight. It doesn't necessarily have to have a weight. You can get resistance bands as well, which I've got here. I feel like I'm on Blue Peter now. This is what I made earlier. So resistance bands, you can use these and they're going to be useful as well. There is a running on this channel, there is a running strength workout. I'm going to try and make some more as well, a core one and maybe a warm-up one as well. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of get on and give you my plan now. It's the 2nd of Jan. I'm teaching cycle, so I'm doing 3 cycles this week, and then I'll do a long run on Sunday, and then that's it now. I'm on my diet, I'm thinking about my nutrition, and I'm going to be training, and I'm going to be building the distance up a little bit. I want to try and get a little bit further than I did last time marathon-wise, training, so I want to try and get a PB. It's challenging sometimes, fitting it all in, but it's important to get all these sessions in. However, at the same time, rest is very important as well. So make sure you get at least 1 or 2 days of recovery. So full rest. With full rest, I mean like you're not challenging your body. You can still do like a walk or a stretch or a yoga or a swim maybe, like a light swim. But full rest where you're not kind of pushing yourself. I actually found, like last September, I went to Orlando for a couple of weeks, and it was a few weeks before the October Bournemouth Marathon, and I was kind of like, it was 8 lads, and we had a villa, and I was a bit concerned. My brother was doing it as well, to be fair, and my brother was with me, that we were just going to eat rubbish for 2 weeks in the theme parks, and we weren't going to train. We were going to come back, and I was going to lose all my fitness and all this stuff. But anyway, I came back, and my energy, like, had a lot more energy from that rest, even though I hadn't eaten particularly well. I'd still done a little bit of running, like some intervals and some swimming, but nowhere near as much training as I'm used to. And it just shows you that rest is important. Sometimes like a week off training where you're doing low intensity stuff can really help. So bear that in mind as well. You know, if you're building up to a longer race, you need your rest. And yeah, I think that's it really. I might come back and do another one. I kind of wrote Christmas, I just wrote a tiny little bit. I've got a lot more I want to try and say, but I'm kind of muddling it all in together. But yeah, if you've got an event that you're working towards, I'd love to hear, comment or let me know. I'd love to hear what you're working towards, or if you have any feedback or any other questions that you have. Think, you know, on the race day as well, you want to have eaten the same as what you eat. So if you're doing a half marathon on Sunday coming, for example, and you've trained for months and you've eaten a porridge and peanut butter before every run, don't go into that day and suddenly have a porridge and peanut butter, bagels, like loads of stuff because you're doing the race. You want to have the same. You want to be consistent with, and that goes all the way through your training. Try and be consistent with your nutrition. Don't suddenly have all your gels on the day of your race. But that's a long way off, I guess, race-wise. But now it's all about kind of energizing, and use the next month. If you've got like an event in August or April even, build a bit of distance in, but include your high intensity intervals and, you know, your hills and stuff, and just condition your body. Maybe for me, I need to be a bit lighter. I need to lose a little bit from Christmas. So that's the next couple of weeks, and then I know I'll start to feel a bit better when I'm doing my longer runs. And now, and then I can build it up a little bit more. But I'm gonna be still including my strength, yoga, all of the good stuff. Yeah, and I think that's it really. Yeah, comment and let me know how you found this video. I hope it's been useful. I will be posting some more running ones. I'm going to start to do some more bits on running. This is something I'm quite passionate about. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how you found it. And do send me a message, comment, or you can send me a message on Instagram, or email me if you have any other questions on it at all. But yeah, good luck, stay in touch, and yeah, Happy New Year.